Have you ever tried to just let go and couldn't? How can we truly let go of something? Letting go of unhealthy relationships, letting go of pain and hurt from the past, worst case scenarios about a future that we are creating in our minds, or certain emotions like fear, anxiety, stress, something that feels really uncomfortable. So what does letting go actually mean? It means leaving something where it is, which could be leaving it in the past or just letting things be. Most people don't want to let go of something. They want to get rid of it. And that is the huge misunderstanding and why it often seems so difficult to really let go. You might know this from your own experience. The more you want to get rid of something, the more energy you put into trying to get rid of it. It feels like a struggle, like a fight against your own mind, like a fight against yourself. And that is exhausting. And not only exhausting, but it makes that thing we want to get rid of even more sticky. The more we try to get rid of those things, the more we think about them, and the more difficult it gets to really let them go. So letting go of something not only sounds better than getting rid of something, it also can be easy. But that starts at the very beginning. The intention of getting rid of something in the end doesn't help you to let it go. You focus so much on the thing you want to get rid of that all your energy just goes into that. And that's why it feels so draining and stubborn. The idea or intention to let go, on the other hand, is not having to spend all that focus and energy on it. And that is what we usually truly want, isn't it? Let me show you what I mean. Look at this finger here. And now look at this other finger there. And that was probably easy to do. But now look at the first finger without paying any, and I mean any, attention to that second finger here. Whatever happens, try to only focus on that first finger here. Do not, under no circumstances, ever glance to the other one. So now, you probably noticed that it was kind of okay to only stare at finger number 1 in the beginning. However, it still demanded some effort to not look at the other one. And that means part of your attention was not only on finger number 2, but also focusing very hard on not moving your eyes to that finger. Am I making sense? So you didn't only spend your energy on finger number 1, but also on top of it, the effort of not looking at finger number 2. Double effort, in effect. A struggle. So the more you wanted to get rid of the urge, the more you had to do to fight it. The more attention it had. And more attention than just looking at finger number 1 and nothing else. So I hope that made sense and illustrates a little bit better what I meant by the difference between getting rid of something versus letting go of something. So letting go of something is really an art. It sounds so easy and effortless, but how do we do it then? The first step is already done. The first step is the understanding that we will be receiving more of the thing we don't want to have by fighting it, by resisting it. by trying to get rid of it. And that implies the solution already. The solution is acceptance. Acceptance is completely free of the struggle that resistance brings. And yes, I know that this can be a little bit challenging. There are experiences in our lives that are very, very difficult to accept at first, at least. I'm thinking loss, for example. We go through all kinds of complex emotional whirlwinds when we lose something or someone. It can be so hard to go through. I know that. And yet, this is absolutely normal and okay to experience. And this, in and of itself, is already acceptance, isn't it? It's very uncomfortable, and it can be very painful and lonely. But going through it and allowing yourself to go through it as it comes is acceptance. And that is very powerful. When you fight, resist, or try to run away, on the other hand, it makes the loss harder to take in the long run. And with time, you will add more and more internal stressors, and it becomes even harder to fight it. Some people reach a point then where they completely break down and sometimes don't even know anymore why. They just kind of collapse fully. They get depression, burnout. They fight with substance abuse, or they develop physical symptoms of a body that just cannot take any more distress. And all started with them just wanting to let go. With other words, the key of letting go is to make peace with it. The problem is there. The loss is there. And I accept it being here right now. My life doesn't look like a glossy magazine or a curated Instagram account. And I accept it. I make peace with it just being a little bit messy right now. I make peace with myself not being on top of the world right now. The tricky part of knowing this is to use acceptance as a tool to actually wanting to still get rid of it. We easily can fall into the trap of fooling ourselves because we just want to get rid of it after all. I know this from myself and also from a lot of my clients. We pretend to accept it, but still, all we want is just want to get rid of it. Ouch. We didn't make peace, so to speak. But when we make peace with it, we allow it to be part of our life. We allow it to be there and part of us, at least for now. And when we are okay with feeling anxious, low, lonely, right now, when it doesn't cause a problem anymore to be there, it can leave easier. We can focus on what matters easier. Maybe we can allow ourselves to focus more on little things that can bring us some joy, some well-being, some comfort, some soothing. And I'm not talking about forcing positive thinking and stuff onto you. That doesn't work. It doesn't work because this still comes from the intention of getting rid of it. So you only will stress more and on top of it, beating yourself up because you can't pull this one off. It is what it is. That is the starting point. A friend of mine can do this really masterfully. She went through a lot recently, and you probably know this too. When it rains, it pours. And then she still said to me, as she shrugged her shoulders, "Well, what can I do? I can't do anything about it. It happened. It is what it is right now, and I deal with it. Wow, I was really impressed by that, I have to say. She has made peace with her troubles very fast, accepted the situation she was in at that time, and adjusted the focus on dealing with it and the things that really mattered to her. The art of letting go. And hey, she's doing really well. She's happy. What could you focus on that will make the process of letting go easier for you? What is it that matters to you? What brings you joy? What kind of future would you prefer having? Think about this and let go of what you can let go of today. Leave it in the comments if you like. I'm always interested to know your point of view. And I hope this was useful for you. And if it was, please like the video, share it with people you know who could use this for their own benefit as well. Subscribe to the channel if you like my videos. Hit the bell to stay updated. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.